I am talking. Can you hear me? He cannot hear me. You can hear me? All right.
Can you hear me?
You can hear both of us? Okay. So we can't hear each other in the headsets. Hello? Nope, that was just me hearing my own voice. Voice. Wait, no, I think we're there. I think we just need turned up. Voice. Here we are at Southeastern doing a voice test. I hear myself more now than I did before, so that's a plus. Those are up. Sydney has her fingers on the control. There we go. At Southeastern doing audio test. And welcome in here to Southeastern. I am going to be your host tonight, Clay, with my right-hand man, Joe Holbert here. Joey, So key players going into the night, number one is going to be the homecoming queen, Chloe Will. She is the one that's going to be crowned your homecoming queen tonight at Southeastern. On the player side, Joey Pfeiffer, he's going to be your quarterback. He's ranked 6th in the league in passing yards with 672, and he's ranked 6th in the league with 6 touchdowns, 8th in percentage with 47.6%. And a big reason for that is going to be his number one receiver, Joey, Gage Cheadle. He is number one in the league in receptions at 43, third in the league with yards at 501, and 4th in the league in 5 touchdowns, Joey.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get to see Joey Piper play in person. Saw him the other night, showed off his arm strength. He's got a really live arm. He and his receiver, Cheadle, have a lot of chemistry. They've been playing together a long time. They're looking for a lot of explosive plays.
Yeah, and so Southeastern's been giving up 39 points as they've been scoring 20 points a game here. Now, for Huntington, some key players to look for them. Noah Potter, like you said, Joey, he's going to be their quarterback. He's 7th in passing, but also top 10 in rushing. 552 passing yards, 332 receiving yards. Another player to look for on Huntington's side, Joey, will be DJ Crocker. Hard hitter, hard runner. He is all about the pad level.
I'm going to have to get this out of the way right now because usually it's a team over the hill. I know I'm going to have to, put my bias aside. So is it pronounced Huntington? Is that Huntington? Huntington? Okay. No, but in all honesty, though, I was down on the field talking to Coach Lytle, and DJ Crocker went by me, an impressive athlete, the big, strong kid. He is going to be hard to keep putting down time after time again. I did talk to Coach Lytle also about number 20. Number 20 is his number for the quarterback. That's a different number for him.
Yeah, and so Huntington is going to get the ball here first, Joey. Now, talking to the coaches down there, they said we're going to take what the defense gives us tonight. Yeah. So it's kind of, to me, does Southeastern try and stop that dynamic run game, or do they make Noah Potter try and pass it here a little bit tonight?
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. It's going to be all limiting dynamic plays on both sides. So they're going to both go into their scouting reports, try to take away what they think the best weapon is, and really try to get off to a good start. Big thing here is who gets the ball last before half. That's your game strategy right now. You're starting to work back from that. That you want to have the ball going in to half with that chance for the lead.
Right, because if you're Southeastern here, you can do a little bit of double dip and you have the ball last at the end of the first half, get a touchdown, come right back, get the ball back. You get 2 scores before they even get the ball back.
That was always when I was coaching offense, that was always what we wanted. We always wanted the ball at the end of the half and again at the end of the start of the third quarter. Mm-hmm. That's when you can really change the momentum of a game.
All righty, so Southeastern kick it away here. It's going to be a little short one right past the 40. It's going to be jumped on there by Huntington.
Isaac Taylor recovering that ball.
All right, so that could have been a huge catastrophic play right off the rip there, but thank goodness Huntington jumps on the ball there. Looks like they'll take over on their own 41 there, Joey.
Yeah, see what this opening drive looks like. Usually, you script your first 10 plays. Those are your 10 plays that you like the best, that you saw from the scouting report. They want to get the first set of eyes on those. How is Southeastern going to adjust to it? So kind of see what their attack's going to be here.
All righty, so Huntington comes out, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Crocker in the backfield. Potter takes a snap from the gun, looks to the left, complete to number 8. That's going to be Matt Jordan. And Matt Jordan's going to gain, looks like about 8 or 9 yards there on the play.
Yeah, a little simple screen out there, a little flanker screen. They're going to try to look like they're going to attack that edge out there, see what they can get out of the box.
All right, so Huntington goes a little hurry up, no huddle here. Same formation. Noah Potter in the gun, takes a snap, turns around, hands off to Crocker. Crocker's going to get met by a host of Southeastern defenders there. Gain of a few yards. On the first rush of the night.
Yeah, number 55, Ryan Peters, just kind of stepped up in that hole there and kind of shut that down. Southeastern still showing that 8-man box, even against the 2-by-1 set there. He kind of ran into a wall there. DJ Crocker on that first carry.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of them packing the box here, Joey, because I think how he said in the beginning of the night, are they going to make Noah Potter try and beat him with the arm here? It looks evident as so far. So a big third down here for Huntington. Huntington takes a snap, turns around, fake handoff for Potter. Potter keeps it himself. Potter makes one tackler miss. Potter's off to the races, crosses the 40, and he's brought down just right around the 25.
So you had a quarterback ISO there. They had three in the backfield. Southeastern had a 5-man front, so once they got past the initial line of scrimmage, that defense kind of flattened out. Once you get 3, you can get 30.
That's like that old Brian Cooper defense there. If they're going to get 3 on us, they're going to get a touchdown. All righty, so Huntington, after the big play, comes out. Noah Potter alone in the backfield. They have 1 wide receiver to the right, 4 to the left here, Joey. Yep. Potter rolls out to his left. He's going to be met by number 47 Southeastern. That's going to be a huge sack by number 47, Colton Baxter. That's actually somebody that Coach told us to watch out for on Wednesday, Joey.
Said he had a unusual pregame thing.
Yeah,
he got everyone up.
It looks like that pregame routine has come to light tonight.
So Huntington had quads to the left. They flooded the zone. I think they had a couple people running open, but Baxter just kind of spied the quarterback out there and got upfield pretty quick before he could set his feet.
So, yeah, Joey Pryfer says that Baxter has probably the weirdest pregame ritual out there. So whatever gets him hyped, it looks like it's working tonight. So Huntington comes out in the pistol set, 2 backs to the right, man in motion. Potter takes the handoff, fakes, keeps it to himself, gets to the outside, and he fumbles, but it's going to go out of bounds.
So that's twice that the ball's come loose already. So the ball security, I know I was talking again to the offensive coach, Coach Lytle there. He really said, Coach Beeler had emphasized this week that they need to cut down on the turnovers. They've had, I think the number he said was 39.
Yeah, that's hard to win ball games when they're basically just giving it to their team there.
Yeah.
All righty, so after the big run, it's going to be 3rd and 5 here for Huntington on the 34. 9:45 to go here in the first quarter. Potter's going to take the snap, hand it off to Crocker. Crocker's going to go out to the right, and it looks like, I can't tell if he got it from here or not, Joey.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be right there.
They may even call for a measurement here. That's a little off tackle. Little power action off the right side. They're going to give the first down here.
So that's going to be another first down run by Noah Potter. It looks like, DJ Crocker is the running back here. Everybody has their eyes on him. But Noah Potter's coming in saying, again, I am top 10 in rushing yards at, 332 on the year. So he has to be somebody you have to watch in the backfield as well. Potter takes a snap, hands off to Crocker. Crocker tries to bounce it outside. He's going to be brought down by a host of Southeastern tacklers.
Ryan Peters there again, number 55, kind of blowing up that hole. He's already kind of shown that he can sniff out the football already. They're going to have to find a blocking scheme to kind of keep him at bay.
I would be a little leery of a play action maybe here, Joey, with all these runs you're getting so far down here. Talking to a couple of their coaches, they said that, converting in the red zone is something that they have to get better at this year. Fake handoff to Crocker. Potter's going to keep it. And Potter's going to get a touchdown for the Huntsmen from the 14-yard mark out. So that was 3 plays, Joey, where Potter fakes it to Crocker, keeps it for himself, and then makes a big run.
They've had a couple different variations. One where they're following DJ Crocker and letting him be the back, and then on that one is a little quarterback counter. So he faked to him, and then they pulled the guard around, and they countered back to the backside.
So that's going to be our first score of the night. Potter again with a huge run here. Now Huntington's going to bring out the kicking unit, something that they've been trying to look to improve on the year. Let's see if we can get them to connect to one here. And the kick is good. Johnson makes it by the skin of his teeth, and it's going to be a 7-0 lead here for the Huntsmen. 9:13 to go in the first quarter.
So now Southeastern, once they've seen that first scripted plays there, they realize that they're going to get a huge dose of Noah Potter. They've went with the 5-man front. They went with the 4-3 with the strong safety walked up. They've had a couple different fronts. So now you're going to start wondering, they're going to put a spy on him. What adjustment are they going to make? And then from that, Huntington is going to start now looking at, okay, when are our big shots downfield? what are our explosive plays next time? What are our counters once they make those adjustments?
So, Joey, coming out here, we know that Joey Pfeiffer and Gage Cheadle are a connection that honestly has been kind of hard to stop for some defenses out there this year. What do you expect from Huntington to try and stop Southeastern here on this first drive?
It would be interesting to see if they bracket or if they kind of try to shove him off the line at the beginning. Are they going to try to get him off his route, or are they just going to play under and over top of him? What are they going to shade that way? Another way to do it too is do you just try to get to the quarterback?
Right.
Don't let him play in his feet, and then it doesn't matter how open he is.
Right. Alrighty, so after the big touchdown here, Huntington is going to kick it off. It looks like number 6, Caleb Cutright, is back to receive as well with, I want to say that is Caden Keller on the other side, but I can't really see his number from over here, Joey.
Yeah, I'm not sure there either.
Could also be Gage Cheadle. Looks like number 1. Yep, so
Gage Cheadle. I was going to say that.
Gage Cheadle and Caleb Cutright back there to receive the kick. Oh, it's going to bounce off a Southeastern receiver. Oh, and he's going to crank it. That's going to be number 24, Seth Walker. He's going to return it. So Southeastern will get a big return here and start on the other side of the 50 for the first drive.
So the squib kick again. He fielded it well. Kind of came at him hot. Got right up in the seam real quick.
So Southeastern will take over here 1st and 10. Looks like right around the 35, 36-yard line of Huntington.
Off that momentum, I may take a chance right at the beginning with Cheadle, but they're looking like they're going power football. I'm expecting them to shift out of this.
And they just do a QB sneak right up the gut?
Yeah, kind of maybe they're trying to assert their dominance here right off the beginning. Kind of take it, make sure they're going to win the war in the trenches.
That's going to be a matchup to keep your eye on tonight. Huntington side because they need to push the football and get some good running yards. Southeastern side because they got to give Pfeiffer some time to find Cheadle down deep. So Southeastern comes out this time in the gun. They have 2 wide receivers to the right. Cheadle motion out to the left, and they're going to hand it off to Cutright. Cutright is going to lower his shoulder and gain another yard after a big run there. Going to be third and medium here for Southeastern.
Morgan Breinzer, captain, senior, stepped in on the tackle there, number 88.
So after a QB sneak and then a handoff, Southeastern's at 3rd and 4, ball on the 30. Pitched out to Cutright. Cutright's going to find a corner. He's going to get a first down and then some. That's going to be a big run there for Cutright.
So after pounding it right up the middle, now they're kind of attacking that left side. They see something that they like out there in a quick pitch, and they're going away from Cheadle. So they're kind of using Cheadle as a motion back, out away. Maybe they're bringing someone out of the box and then pitching it opposite of him.
3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Fake handoff to Cutright. And Joey's going to keep it. He's going to break one tackle, but then down by a host of Huntington tacklers, but not after he gains a few yards on the carry. Joey, if Pfeiffer can get going on the run game as well, he's going to be dangerous tonight for the Huntsmen.
It looks like also that Southeastern, on their scripted first set, have put multiple different formations. They're seeing how can Huntington adjust to all of our different formations.
Southeastern, Cheadle on the motion. Handoff to Cutright. Cutright's going to bring a couple of tackles.
Going to bring it down about the 1 yard line, maybe the 1 foot line.
All right, so after a touchdown-saving tackle for Huntington, Southeastern's going to take it over 1st and 1 on the 1. Joe, I think you just got to go smash mouth football here and power it in.
Well, from what they saw there first, I think we're going to get that same formation that we saw in their first play.
Yeah.
With Cheadle behind them. We got the double backs right up against the quarterback.
All right, so it seems to be a pile right there on the 1 yard line.
I think they're going to mark him just short again.
All right, so big stand there by Huntington. Make it 2nd and goal from the 1. All right, so Southeastern comes out again. Do you go back to the QB sneak? Do you try and go outside?
They're going to spread it out a little bit. I'd say we're going to go with the power back here, so you're going to look like an ISO right up the middle.
And they stay with the sneak. And Joey Piper is going to reach across the goal line for a touchdown, Panthers! So Southeastern, with their first touchdown of the night, brings on the PAT unit to try and even this thing up at 7.
A lot of different formations there, from spread to power football. So a lot of different looks from Southeastern. They're going to do the muddle huddle here. See how Huntington covers this. They're moving over. They're going for two. Oh.
Joey's going to muffle the snap, and Southeastern's just going to jump on it. So after the 2-point conversion is no good, Huntington keeps a 7-6 lead with 6:09 here to go in the first quarter. Joey, what do you think about that play call?
You know, I used to run the muddle huddle a lot. It's one of those things, though, you have to have practice, you have different options, and you read it. You know, it shows that they have a lot of trust in Pfeiffer as a quarterback to make those decisions, because he's got to make them quick.
Right.
You have blockers coming, free.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're going to have people wide open if they're not adjusting. Again, sometimes on special teams, you're trying to give your starters a break so you can kind of catch. Maybe they got a freshman or a sophomore out there that's not used to playing. So you got a lot of different options, and if it comes down to it, they think that Huntington has trouble in their kicking game. They're wanting to maybe get ahead in it. I know their kicker is strong. They maybe think they can make that up later. So it's an interesting play call there for sure.
Watching their kicker in the pregame, Joey, he was at the 30-yard line making it with plenty of room to go. So I don't think that was we don't believe in our kicker. I think that was more of we want to set a tone early here, try and take a lead.
What I was thinking is I don't think that they believe in Huntington's kicker. So what they're looking at is if we could get up one more here ahead, then that puts us ahead in the sticks. We can always make it up with maybe a 3-pointer later because they do trust in Southeastern's kicker at another time.
Chess instead of checkers. All right, so Southeastern going to kick it off here. Again, after that touchdown, they're still trailing 7-6, 6:09 to go. Looks like number 55, Ryan Peters, to kick it away for the Panthers. It's going to be another short kick. It's going to be picked up by number 88, Morgan Brenzer. And he's going to get a few yards out of it. So Huntington will start in some good field position again. Joey, one thing that I've kind of noticed week by week here going is there's been a lot of short kicks here in the SVC. What makes a team want to do that?
Well, you have your most dangerous player, again, back deep. So, it depends on what your coverage is. And, again, how deep are you? Are you playing starters on your kickoff? Are you playing freshmen and sophomores? Do you see something in the film that you're kicking at a certain player that you want? Do you think that there's a chance for an onside kick that they might fumble it? So there's a couple different strategies there.
All right, so Huntington takes over. Potter takes a handoff, hands off to DJ, and DJ is going to get a good run there on the first down. It looked like Southeastern was going for a fumble there towards the end of that tackle. But it looks like it's going to be a gain of at least 7.
Yeah, they were definitely ball hawking there, trying to get the ball loose at the end. We got to watch out for that. You got to make sure you secure the tackle before you go for that. So
2nd and 2 on Southeastern's 43. 5:30 to go here in the first quarter. Huntington really moving the ball here. Talking to the coaches before the game, they said they really liked what they had on film last week against Zane Trace. A few plays got them out of that game. Looks like they got some momentum coming here offensively to start out this game. We're going to have number 10 there, Isaac Taylor, go in motion and then go back. False start on Huntington. So after a big run, they're going to get moved back just 5 yards.
As we were discussing in the pregame, too, this is one of those things you're talking about, the organization.
Yes.
So we come in, it looks like the young man lined up on the wrong side, needed to go in motion. He lined up on the side he wanted to motion to. The quarterback had to reset him. One of the linemen got a little nervous, a little jumpy.
All righty, so we try the motion again. Potter takes the snap. It looks like a little miscommunication there. Potter comes to the other side, makes a few man miss. and he makes absolutely nothing turn into something.
That was all on him, and that was all his creativity
Yes.
there. Crocker came back there. It looked like they were going to try to run a swing pass back out to him. Crocker was trying to set a crackback block. Kind of thought better of it. Maybe get a penalty there on the blind side. So he kind of got in the way just enough to spring him loose there and help out. And a big gain there, bailing that out.
It's always nice whenever you have just a pure athlete at quarterback that whenever something kind of goes down like that, he can make, it looked like a 5-yard loss into right back where they were before the penalty. So 3rd and 2 here. DJ's going to take the handoff. He's going to get the first down. So that's going to be another first down here for Huntington. And with all these runs, they're just going to be winding that clock away. It's going to be ball control football here tonight for the Huntsmen. So that might –
They're really softening up that middle, but at some point they're going to need to block Ryan Peters.
Yes.
The young man is just in their backfield all the time.
Wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
All right, so Huntington comes out of the huddle. Looks like 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The lone one being number 1, Gabe Beardsley, transfer out of Chillicothe. He actually hasn't played football since about 6th grade, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he has to come off the field for some equipment issues. I actually got to coach him in 7th grade basketball, and my threat to the team used to be, we'll run until Gabe gets tired because that kid never runs out of energy. So interesting to see how Huntington puts him into their play calling here. But after that equipment malfunction, he's going to come off, and it looks like number 25 for the Huntsmen, Castle Bowen, will come in for him. All right, Potter takes the snap. Looks like they're running a little bit of an option here. He makes a cut upfield. And it looks like he's going to.
So looks to me like the play call there is a 55 is in our backfield. Let's go ahead and option him.
Yeah.
Kind of making a decision.
Take him out,
Kind of make him think a little bit, so take his downhill momentum. They ran that option to that side. They found the hole there, and the quarterback kept it and got upfield.
And again, if you commit to the quarterback here, you have a great back in DJ. So he makes that pitch. We've seen it tonight. It's going to take probably more than one man to take him down. So if it's just one-on-one with the cornerback there, you got to like that matchup. All right, so Potter by himself rolls out to the left, throws it to DJ, who's going to catch it. He's going to break a couple of tackles. And Southeastern bring him down, but not after Huntington gets a first down. So Huntington really moving the ball here, Joey. That's the first pass of the night.
Yeah, Southeastern now rotating Peters back and forth both sides there. He had a little bit of pressure, got his hand up, but just couldn't get up enough field enough to interrupt that pass.
So after the big completion here for Huntington, it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Southeastern 15, 2:25 to go. Potter sends his man in motion. Potter fakes the handoff, rolls right. He's going to keep this one. He's going to find a hole, and Noah Potter is going to find the end zone for the second time tonight from 15 yards out. Touchdown, Huntsman.
So again, a little quarterback power. He fakes to DJ Crocker and then gets up behind him, lets Crocker be the lead back, finds a crease there, flattens out the defense, and then he just goes to pay dirt.
So it's basically been the Noah Potter show here to start the game, Joey. Kind of like you said, give him the ball and just let him find a hole, let the lineman make a hole for him, and he can explode.
Yeah, they're using the combination of misdirection and then just getting behind the big body of DJ Crocker. DJ's kind of leading that way there. He had a great kick-out block.
Yes. And as we said before the game, Joey, DJ's an amazing athlete. He's not just a great football player, but we've been being told almost every time that we see Huntington how great of a baseball player he is. So Huntington's going to go for 2 here. Potter alone in the backfield. Potter's going to roll to the right. He's going to complete to DJ Crocker for the 2-point conversion.
So the chess match in the extra points has really began here.
Yes.
So Huntington's kind of winning that right now, seeing that opportunity to stretch that lead. Now you have to start looking at different scoring. When do we go for 2? When do we not go for 2? Can make some decisions on when to go for it. Then maybe even kind of taking a little bit of the guess out of Southeastern's kicking game. Do we go for 3 or do we have to go for the touchdown?
And, the special team for Huntington, it has not been a hidden secret. It's something they need to improve on. The coaching staff talking to us before the game, a few of the games that they've lost here, they say, offense, defense, we feel like we're there, but it's a block punt for a touchdown. It's a kickoff return for a touchdown. So it looks like this game they've been taking the special teams a little bit more aggressively here, as you said, Joey, to try and win that battle. So 2:07 to go. 15-6 is our score. Huntington with the lead. Now both teams here are still looking for the first SVC win. So these players, these coaches have to be hungry because it is not easy to win in the SVC by any means. We'll have Cheadle, we'll have Cutright back to receive the kick. Looks like number 8 will kick off Matt Jordan for Huntington. Nice little fake it till you make it there.
They were kind of looking to see how Southeastern would adjust to that. That might be something that comes in a little bit later.
So it's going to be a short kick again. And not as big of a gain there for number 24, Seth Walker, as last time. But Southeastern will still take over. It looks like around the 30 to 35-yard line. Yeah, forward progress will put him at the 35. So, Joey, down 15-6. You had a good touchdown drive. You don't get the 2-point conversion. Southeastern, what are you kind of looking to do here to get some momentum going?
Well, their offense is clicking. So that's just kind of, you're going to do what you're going to do. Just keep on at it. Let the defensive coaches on the other side figure it out, but you got to keep your points on. You can't add any pressure to your defense.
All righty, so Southeastern, 1st and 10, ball on the 34. Cheadle in motion. Hand off to Cutright. Cutright's going to find a hole up the middle, and he's not going to beat a defender until the first down marker. That's going to be Noah Potter there on the tackle, but that's going to be for a first down, Panthers.
They really think that they see something right up the middle there. They ran that spread out and then give it right up the middle. They're finding a crease right there. Looks like they think that they can move that Huntington defensive line.
All right, so a little hurry up here. Cheadle in motion again. Looking for the pass here. Joey rolls to his right. He's going to just tuck it and run, try and get something. Looks like he's going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. So, Joe, you pointed out in the first drive that they had here, looks like they're putting Cheadle in motion a lot there. Why would Southeastern want to do that?
So you want to put someone in motion, try to figure out if they're disguising their back end defense. Are they rolling over? Are they going into a cover two? It seems like they got a single high. They're also that way. It may offset a blitz or tip a blitz hand. So they're just kind of get some tells there from the defense.
So they go right up the middle again with Cutright. Cutright again is going to get a gain. It looks like every time they go up the middle, Joey, like you said, it's going to be at least a 4 or 5 yard gain here for the Panthers.
Yep. Yeah. They really are trusting in those big linemen up front there. They're moving. Right now they're not getting big separation or needs a separation from their receivers. So they'll just kind of keep pounding that middle until they bring more and more Huntsman into the box, and then they might see a shot.
All right, so Southeastern, 3rd and 1 here. Pitch out to Cutright. Cutright makes one man miss, but Potter's going to come up and deliver a huge hit. Oh, sorry, that's going to be number 35, I think. Oh, no, that was Potter. 35 there to try and get the fumble if there was one. But Potter's going to get a tackle there, but not before the Panthers get a first down.
Southeastern had a great play call on there. They saw the middle blitz coming, so they pitched to the outside to get away from that. Again, flattens out the defense. Like you said there, Potter made a great open field tackle because that had a chance to
go. Yeah. So after the first down run, it's going to be 1st and 10, ball on the 42. Clock winding down here for the first quarter. Pfeiffer's going to take the snap. We have a flag in the area of holding. It's going to be a gain of 5, but it looks like this one's going to come back, Joey.
Yep.
So that's going to be holding on Southeastern. So far, so good, Joey, for the clock operator. Last week, I know we almost had a UFC fight at halftime at Yoda. So far, so good here at Southeastern. That's always good to see. No halftime entertainment for you guys, but again, it's always nice to see UFC having to get in the mix at the football games here. So that's going to be a hold on Southeastern. That's going to put them at 1st and 20, and it's going to put the ball on their own 48-yard line. 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. I think they'll run one more play here before the quarter's end. All right. Joey takes a snap, rolls to his left. Oh, and he finds number 47, Colton Baxter. And he's going to get a gain of, looks like probably about 10 to end the first quarter there, Joey, make it 2nd and 10 when we come back after this quarter break.
They had Cheadle lined up to the right by himself, and then they bootlegged away from him, almost using him as a decoy right there. I would like to see them, they've used him as a kind of a decoy, use him in motions and everything like that. They might want to get him on a slant or a spot pass just to kind of get him into the game.
So at the end of the first quarter, Huntington has the lead 15-6 over Southeastern. Looks like Huntington's offense has been really moving the ball this first game. Now, with them running the ball so much, Joey, has definitely been clock management. Southeastern's only on their 2nd drive of the game here.
Yes. They're keeping the ball. Again, not very many incomplete passes, so the clock's running. Long, sustained drives, not really big, explosive plays, but they're getting chunks. Keeping Southeastern's offense off, so they got to make sure that every time they have it, that they make it count here.
Now, Potter, he's had a big day with the 2 touchdowns, both of them from being 15 yards out, so it's not like they're just, 1-yard QB sneaks. Now, speaking of 1-yard QB sneaks, that is how Southeastern got their first touchdown. Got a little bush push going there for the QB sneak to get their first touchdown. Go for 2, end up coming up short, and that's how we got to our 15-6 score here.
Little inverted wishbone look here.
All right, so Southeastern takes a snap, hands off to Cutright. Cutright's going to be met by a host tackle. Oh, it's going to be a fumble, and Noah Potter is going to recover it, and he's going to take it to the other side, and Noah Potter for a touchdown. Noah Potter, more like Harry Potter with the magic that he's pulling off here for the Huntsman tonight, Joey.
I'd say you've been scripting that one for a while. So they got into the inverted wishbone there. I think there was a little bit of issue with the handoff. I don't think he got it clean, and then there was a Huntsman in the backfield, and then Noah Potter, man, Johnny on the spot right there to scoop and score. You got to resist he's in traffic. He had to resist the urge just to fall on it.
Yeah.
Trusting himself that he could pick that up cleanly, did, and then ran it back.
So after the scoop and score, Huntington will take a 21-6 lead here, 11:49 to go. Looks like they're going to go for 2 again here, Joey.
Yep. Okay, we got quads right. They're going to flood the zone over here to the right.
No rolls that way.
Got a little rub action.
And that's going to be completed to number 10, Isaac Taylor, for the 2-point conversion. So, Huntington, looking for not only the first SVC win, first win of the season, they have a big 23-6 lead here, Joey.
Yeah. Huntington there with their quads run a lot of Pittsburgh Steeler type stuff there, where they're rubbing off. They could maybe call it, maybe
right.
not call it. And then pop that receiver under. They actually threw it to the 1 and let him run it in. So, not throwing it in the end zone, risky play there, but they kind of had that pick play set up.
It looks like they've definitely been working on that play a lot, Joey, because that's the second time they've ran it for that 2-point conversion.
Yep.
So I think they found their bread and butter there, but that's a huge scoop and score for Huntington. Anytime that your defense can produce some points for you, you got to be feeling good. So after the scoop and score again, it is 23-6, 11:49 to go. Southeastern looking to take the kickoff and trying to get some momentum back on their side here. Now, Southeastern does have, again, that passing attack where a 23-6 lead can be cut in half or even be caught up to very quickly here. So don't want to count out these Panthers just yet.
No, if you get one more score here, you're right back in it. Again, they're going to get the ball back after half and everything like that. Don't abandon the game plan.
Yes.
You know, you're moving the football. Stick with it. But you got to capitalize here. You do have to have a little bit of sense of urgency, but don't throw everything out the window.
All right, so Huntington to kick away here. That's going to be recovered by number 5.
Yeah.
Corbin Leisure. It looks like they're going to call him down after he took a knee from recovering it. So it looks like Huntington likes to put Southeastern right around that 30-yard marker, Joey, to start their drives. It looks like that's where they're staying comfortable. Like you said, they don't want to kick it to those deep threats of Caden Cutright, Gage Cheadle, because a kickoff return for a touchdown not only cuts the lead in half, but all the momentum you got to think goes to Southeastern after a big play.
They're not fielding it cleanly either, where they can set up. Adina last week would pitch the ball back.
Wow.
On their kickoff to get it to their playmakers. But Southeastern not quite fielding it cleanly to maybe even set that up at this point.
All right, so Southeastern comes out. Cheadle in motion. They look to pass here. Joey rolls out to the right. He's going to complete a nice catch by Cheadle, channeling his inner Randy Moss for that one. After the tackle, it looks like he's going to get pushed past the first down.
And there you go. You get him on a simple seam route, just a little pitch and catch. Get Cheadle into the ball game here. I see Cheadle out there. He's kind of giving the do it again.
Yeah.
He's wanting the football, and it's time to kind of maybe start feeding him a little bit.
All righty, so.
Well, they got 2 in motion.
Looks like the refs missed that one. Fake handoff by Joey, and Joey's going to take it close to the first down marker. So some score updates for you guys. Piketon, first quarter lead, 8-0 over Paint Valley. Union Yoda, 2-touchdown lead, 14-0 over Adina in the first quarter. Westfall Zane Trace, the other game to keep your eye on this week. They are tied 7-7 in the first quarter. So 2nd and 1, ball on Southeastern's 49. 11:23 to go. Now the clock is stopped because of going out of bounds there.
Giving a lot of room to Cheadle down here on the bottom.
Short handoff. It's going to be a first down and then some for Southeastern. That's going to be number 17, I think.
They lined Cheadle up out here to the left, and Huntington gave him a 12-yard cushion. That would be hard. I'd be hard pressed not to just throw it out there and let the athlete.
I was going to say, let him be an athlete, make a man miss, and get you a touchdown here quick.
Yeah.
Now, Coach Blair, he takes over this program after a couple of gold ball finishes for Southeastern. Talking to him on Wednesday, he said that's definitely something that he's trying to bring back here at Southeastern with weapons like Cheadle and Joey and Caden Cutright. He has the weapons there, and I feel like he's putting a good foundation here down for the Panthers. Looks like we have a flag here.
Oh,
be a fumble.
This could be disaster.
Huntington sure does seem like if there's a fumble, they recovered it.
They're going to have to hope that Huntington lined up in the neutral zone, or this could be Huntington football.
Uh-oh, false start.
Decline.
And that is going to be Huntington football. So, turnovers is how Huntington is taking control of this game. First the scoop and score, now just a straight-up fumble recovery to take it over on their own 46 with 10:38 to go here, Joey.
Now, generally on the turnover, I was always big at going for the score, like the immediate big play. Here I feel, though, that Huntington just needs to eat the clock. They need to drive down. They need to score with about 3 minutes left to go and really, really put the vice on Southeastern.
All right, so Potter. Oh, no, that was Crocker that takes the snap. And he's going to keep it. So DJ Crocker lines up as the quarterback, keeps it. Looks like he's going to get a gain of 9. So, Joey, it looks like, they said, we want DJ to have the ball. What better way than just to snap it right to him?
Yeah, a little wildcat action there. And they kind of ran the same quarterback ISO, quarterback power that they'd been running before, just having Crocker running a little bit.
So, going back to the battle of the trenches here, I think Huntington would have to be, you'd say, winning that battle with all these big rushes. They've been getting in the backfield causing turnovers. And just as I say that, Joey, they proved me right with a false start.
Well, it looks like both offensive lines have come to play. Defensively, we're having trouble clogging up all those holes, getting a disruption going. So kind of see if they make some adjustments and settle in. But the blocking schemes that both offensive lines have been working well.
So after the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 6. Ball on Huntington's 44. Crocker takes the snap again, fakes the handoff, and he gets eaten up.
Shocker there, Ryan Peters again. On cue, the defensive lineman steps up and goes ahead and
that is going to be a name that is going to be a household name after tonight. So, 9:23 to go. 3rd and 3 here for Huntington. You definitely don't want to go 3 and out after recovering a big fumble here to try and set yourself away here. Southeastern's defense, though, trying to come up with the first big stand of the night here on 3rd and 3. Looks like we're going to have 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sends a man in motion. DJ takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to find a hole. He's going to break 1 or 2 tackles, and he's going to get pushed out around the 30.
They just kind of lined up in student body right there. Just everyone to the right. He had a host of lead blockers and a good, hard, solid run.
So 1st down here for the Huntsmen. Noah Potter in the game, just not lining up as the quarterback. So Southeastern takes the first time out here, 8:47 to go in the first half.
That was a question I was getting ready to have. Noah Potter has already ran the football the whole first quarter, scoring multiple touchdowns. He had to return already, and then he's had big defensive stops in his. You got to worry about using him all up and not doing it. So the good load management technique here of giving DJ a chance to touch the football, let Noah kind of catch his breath here, and as again, great time management here, letting the clock run.
Now, Joey, I wasn't a big-time athlete, just a fat lineman, but I remember when I was in school, I played offensive line, defensive line, kickoff, kick return, punt return, field goal. After you're on the field for like an entire quarter, you do get a little tired. And, yes, Brian Cooper yelled at me for being tired. So I like what you're saying there where, get him a break, let DJ kind of get in a rhythm, because then when they're both in a rhythm, it's going to be hard to stop. If you feel like you stopped one, now you got to worry about the other. It could be a headache for the Panthers. So Huntington comes out after the Southeastern timeout in a pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 wide receiver to the right. Potter back to taking the snap. He turns around. He's like, oh, it's going to be a fumble. Now who comes up at the end of the dogfight with the pigskin?
Looks like it's going to be Huntington. Again, recovering the football there.
Now, the bottom of those fumble recovery piles, Joey, can be absolutely terrifying for a player. I'll tell you that. I have definitely been at the bottom of those piles a few times in my career, and I don't know how I have lived to tell the tale, but I am here to try and tell you. They are scary. So, 8:20 to go here. Huntington, 23-6 leads, 2nd and 11, ball on the 30. Like you said, Joey, they're just going to try and milk this clock. They're going to hurry up to the line here.
Looked like they had a little trickeration kind of plan there. Coach didn't kind of look like the way they lined up. Thought he maybe saw something, and using that timeout there.
So Huntington takes their first timeout with 8:11 to go in the first half. Now, speaking of Huntington, as you know, as a Paint Valley principal here, Joey, I do have to go get a Huntington tattoo, but thank goodness because we raised all that money for Dalton Blake. Want to give a huge shout out to Paige Bodie. I hope that's how I'm saying her name. Coming up with the drawing here from Huntington. It's a nice little cancer ribbon saying Huntsman with Dalton in it. It looks like it's going to be good on my right kneecap. So, Dalton, hopefully you're kicking that cancer's butt, and we're all still sending our thoughts and prayers out to you. Little score update here. Looks like Paint Valley and Piketon are still deadlocked at 8-zip. Yeah, it looks like actually the scores haven't changed a whole much around the league there, Joey. How about that? Westfall is St. Trace 7-7 score. That's something to keep your eye on.
That's an interesting one there.
All righty, so Huntington comes out of the timeout. Looks like 4 receivers to the left there. But they're going to look at Gabe Beardsley by himself. Oh, and just dropped. Great coverage there by number 5, Corbin Leisure. And he's going to let Gabe Beardsley know how good that coverage was.
They got their one-on-one lineup out there that kind of took their shot there. That'd be interesting to know if that was a audible at the line or if that was something they were looking at straight out of the timeout.
So, as I said before, I got to have the chance to coach Gabe. He always had that long distance running, but it looks like, obviously, from 7th grade to here, he's really improved that get-off speed, trying to make him their burner receiver, it looks like. But, you know, with Morgan there at number 88, big body receiver, you wonder if a couple of throws are just up to him and let the big fella go up and grab you one. So it looks like they're going to go same formation. Potter rolls out to the left, and he's going to throw it to Morgan. He's going to make a man or two miss. And it's going to be tackled here by Southeast, but he throws him ahead a few more yards. So, Joey, 4th and short here. You got to go for it, right?
Yeah, you have to go for it here. And you got to go with what your best play here is, your best power football. The one that you trust in most, and get behind your best blocker.
So, 4th and 3, ball on the 22, 7:30 to go here.
I would imagine we're going to see a student body left, student body right type of thing here.
All right, so we go pistol. Send a man in motion, and it looks like it's going to be, timeout Southeastern. This is a big 4th down play here, Joe, because if Southeastern could get the ball here, they have a chance to maybe get a quick score, a stop, and a score, and then get the ball back at halftime. So this could be a huge 4th down play for them as well as for Huntington.
Yep.
So got a few score updates for you. Piketon actually up 16-0 on Paint Valley now. Jackson 21-0 over Miami Trace. Uniola still at that 14-0 lead over Adena. Westfall is now trailing St. Trace 14-7. So that could be St. Trace kind of popping out here. Piketon looks like they're taking the couple losses in a row to heart here with a 16-0 lead over Paint Valley, Joey.
Well, they're just falling for the rope-a-dope there.
Yeah.
That's what we're kind of giving them the hope, and then the
bring them right back in the second half. Yep.
Again,
the old Paint Valley way.
Yeah, again, Bearcats by 40.
So, 7:19 to go, 23-6 here, 4th and 3 for the Huntsmen. You're saying, Joe, you're probably, if you're Southeastern, looking for that quarterback draw that they've been running all night here for Huntington.
Yeah.
All right, so
they're going to go trips out here to the right. You might look at an option type play here.
Yeah, they run the option. Potter's going to keep it. He's going to lower his shoulder, and we have a flag, so this could be holding, or it could be a face mask. Came in kind of late. All right, and after the sonic boom, we have found out that it's holding on Huntington. So that is going to be a huge, huge penalty. But it looks like Southeastern stopped him short, so they're going to decline the penalty. First down, Panthers. So
big stop. That stopped the bleeding. Now they got to put together a drive. Again, plenty of time here to put together a drive. I wouldn't try to get greedy and try to get 2 here. They may want to try to see if they get a different possession. I would make sure that you're just running your rock-solid base offense.
So number 22, Jensen Estep, Joey. He has a few touchdowns here for the Panthers this year. Hasn't made a whole lot of noise yet this game. So it could be another receiver that we look out for here on the Southeastern side. Looks like we have a little bit of confusion here on the field. All right, we'd like to take this moment to give a shout-out to our sponsors, Giovanni's Pizza. They sponsor the pizza giveaway that Joey Pfeiffer won for the Southeastern Student Section tonight. Shout-out to Hammond Lawn Care for all of your lawn care needs. Make sure you get a hold of him whether you need your grass cut, need your leaves cleaned up, need your snow removed. He's the man with a plan. All right, so after a substitution infraction on Huntington, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and Cutright is going to take it up the middle. Looks like a gain of 0, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
So they look to try and get that middle rush there. Huntington, at least for the moment, has found an answer for that on that play. Interesting to see if they keep going back to that and see if Huntington really has found an answer, if they just got lucky that play. So Cheeto again in motion. And that's exactly who Joey's looking for. Can't get him the ball, so he's going to roll it to his right. And he is just slinging downfield. And that's intercepted. Gabe Beardsley right there trying to time up an interception.
It looked like they were trying to run a combination of breaking the outside receiver back so that Cheeto could clear, but they ran the same pattern and ran into each other. So they flooded the zone of where Cheeto was trying to do his work. He had a step. And
oh, yeah. It looked like if that other receiver is not there, Cheeto's wide open, it might be 6 quick there for the Panthers.
Yeah. I would go back to that play, definitely. We need a different route combination on the outside.
So 3rd and 5, ball and 25, 6:36 to go. Pfeiffer's looking to throw it to somebody, and he finds – looks like number
16.
Was that 16? Yeah. So that is going to be
Cutright.
Tyler Cutright. So the Cutright brothers getting no, well, I don't know if they're brothers, but I'm just going to imagine that they're brothers, at least maybe cousins. They get the ball rolling here for the Panthers on this drive so far. So it's going to be 1st and 10, ball in the 35, 6:20 to go in the half. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back in the backfield with Pfeiffer. He's going to fake it to Cutright, keep it himself. It looks like it was going to be a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play.
Yeah, Southeastern is still getting their push, and they're still getting some of the things, but they're not getting as many chunk plays as they were. It's gone from 8 and 9 down to 3 and 4. Still a great, valuable option, but we're getting down now and close to inside 5 minutes. They're going to have to look to stretch a little bit here at some point.
All right, so Cutright's going to take it right up the middle. It's going to be a 1st down there for the Panthers. So they don't abandon that middle run game there, Joey. They finally get a big run here in the 2nd quarter, get a little bit of momentum here. Cutright with a big 1st down there. Coach Blair walking these sidelines, he understands how big of a possession this is for the Panthers here.
Cheeto's lined up there with like a
Cutright is going to get absolutely destroyed by number 88, Morgan Brinzer.
That's his 2nd big defensive play of the night.
You know, we're talking to the coaches down there, and I said, if you had to pick just your best just athlete, who'd you pick? And a couple of them were saying, Morgan, I hope it's Brinzer. I mean, he's just an athletic freak. All right, so Pfeiffer takes the snap, rolls to the right. It looks like we're going to have a hold here. Nice catch by Cheetah, but it looks like it's going to be called back for a hold. So Southeastern just shoots himself in the foot here again, Joey.
Yeah, Cheeto made that look easy.
Yes. That's probably one of the main reasons he's the number 1 receptions in the league right now, because I think that was an NFL catch.
Yeah. I would say what you're starting to see here a little bit in this up and down game is your fatigue starting to set in a little bit. The different adjustments are happening. Now you're starting to reach out. The penalties are starting to happen. You got to kind of rally the troops here, get everyone settled down, get a good play call, and move on. So we're going to have double sticks here.
Second in a country mile here, Joe.
Yeah,
what are you digging into in your playbook? Are you running to just get a few more yards back?
You're on second down here, so you just need to get a chunk. You need a chunk play. It doesn't have to be all 27 yards.
All right, so they're going to go two.
Although they're going to give Cheeto a free release right here, right down the seam.
Here's number 16 wide open. He's going to throw it. Oh, right, huge catch, and he breaks the tackle. Tyler Cutright, and it goes in for a huge Panthers touchdown. What a throw and catch there. Pfeiffer to Cutright, who cuts left into the end zone.
Used Cheeto running down the middle there, and he pulled the free safety. They were in a one-high safety. Let the backside receiver run on his one-on-one. He got inside leverage, and Joey just put it on him.
So after the huge pitch and catch there for Pfeiffer to Cutright, 23-12 is your score. It looks like they're going to go for two here, Joey. It looks like that old Bush push action. And he stopped at first. Second effort, I don't think he got it, Joey. Yeah,
doesn't look like it, no.
So, a second two-point conversion, no good for the Panthers, but a huge pass and catch for a touchdown makes this score 23-12. Now Southeastern on the kick. Joey, if you're Huntington, are you looking for maybe an onside kick here, or is Southeastern just going to kick it away, let their defense get a stop, and maybe get the ball back?
Well, the onside kick, if you trust in your defense, you want to kick it down there farther so that you're closer to the end zone. If you think you can get the 3 and out. The onside kick, if you don't give it, you're giving them good field position.
Right.
They run 2 or 3 good plays. If they get another first down, you're going to be looking at 70 yards to go back. Do you feel like you got that explosive play in your back pocket? So I feel the play here is to kick it deep and play defense.
I agree with you. So Southeastern with a big pass play, trying to get some of that momentum back here. Like we've been saying, if they can get a stop and the ball back again, another touchdown, they get the ball to start the second half. So they can score 2 times before Huntington even touches the ball, and that's something that you definitely need whenever you're in a comeback state of mind here.
Now, the kicker put the ball down the tee at a funny angle. They're going to squib this thing. Now he's going to reset it, make him look like the onside kick. A lot of gamesmanship here on the kickoff between both teams today.
All righty, so Southeastern. So Huntington has some trouble recovering the kick. And Morgan's going to be brought down, it looks like around the 30 there. So Huntington takes over 1st and 10 on their 30 after, again, the big pass and catch there for Southeastern to give the touchdown. Southeastern's defense needs to come up with a big stop here. I think these fans agree. All right, so some score updates for you. 24-8, Piketon over Paint Valley in the second quarter. Uniota 28-0 in the second quarter over Dina. Westfall is now trailing 21-7 against St. Trace in the second quarter. In our second quarter, we have 4:06 to go. Huntington out 4 wide receivers.
Quads.
Yep, and he's going to roll that way again.
Oh, he's got an open man.
Oh,
wide
wow.
open.
And that's going to be another pass and catch, but this time it's going to be on the Huntington side. That's going to be Frankie Hirsch for a huge catch. 1 play, 1 pass, 1 touchdown there for the Huntsmen.
They used their two-point conversion formation right there. Quads to the right. Southeastern didn't account for all the receivers and let a man run wide free down the sideline.
So after Southeastern comes up with a huge pass play for a touchdown, Huntington, first play on their next drive, does a 80-yard touchdown bomb. Again, Potter to
Frankie Hirsch.
Yeah, Frankie Hirsch on that. And it looks like they're going to line up for two again.
They're going to go with trips this time.
And this one's going to be no good.
Yeah, big 55 again. Ryan Peters on the stop there.
So after a big touchdown bomb, that's going to give us a 29-12 Huntsman lead with 3:54 to go here. So just when Southeastern thought that they finally got a little momentum on their side, Huntington says, no mo, no mo.
Yeah, I really liked the play call there, and I think I don't think they were necessarily looking for the big play. They were comfortable running that as their 2-yard, get something, but they just happened to have the receiver pop free there on Southeastern, not rolling over the top. Quarterback recognized it, put it right on him.
So I'm sure MVD is down there being happy as can be on that camera as our Huntington alumni sees his Huntington Huntsman up 29-12 with 3:54 to go here. This after not the one big play of Noah Parter getting that scoop and score, not a whole lot of big plays there, and then back-to-back big plays. It looks like these offenses are starting to dig a little bit deeper in that playbook here. So let's see what Huntington does on this kickoff. All right, they do their fake as always. Now they've been kicking it, getting them around the 30-yard line. It's been the sweet spot for them. So here we go again. That's going to split.
Oh.
Walker picks it up, and he's going to be tackled short. I mean, very short. It looks like it's going to be inside the...
They're going to be right at the 5.
Yeah, so 3:50 to go, down 29-12. Starting on your own 5-yard line, not ideal here for the Panthers. But, again, they have that big passing game. Can't forget about that. All right. Pretty sure I heard somebody get a deer there.
Trips out here to the left, Cheeto on the inside.
Looks like they have Potter over Cheeto there.
Trying to set up the quarterback draw. And again, Morgan, I guess we're going to go with the Brenizer.
Yeah.
Morgan Brenizer on a big sack stop.
He's having one hell of a game for the Huntsman here tonight. All right, so 2nd and 14 here for the Panthers. Joey, it just seems like after that big passing touchdown, a little air lifted out of the Panthers side of the stadium here. It looks like and another short gain there for Cutright. So 3rd and 13, ball on your own 4. I feel like you're just ball on your own 5. I feel like you're just trying not to give up a turnover here, Joey.
Yeah, and then Huntington's got to start looking at, like, can we get a return?
Yeah.
Can we get the ball back? Because there's enough time for us to make something happen here.
All right, Joey takes the snap, looks to his left. He's going to be getting chased out by a Huntington defender.
Oh, he's going to get the pass interference.
Yeah, there's going to be a pass
interference. He didn't look back.
Looks.
Cheeto running the wheel route there.
It looks like, again, there, Joey, they got 2 receivers in the same spot.
Yes. Did he pick it up?
I think so. Oh, so we got an ineligible man downfield penalty instead. So that's going to be 4th and 13 here. Timeout, Southeastern. So 29-12, 2:38 to go, 4th and 13. Like you said, Joey, Huntington has to be looking, if we can get a good return here, it's very possible we go in there into halftime with another touchdown under our belt.
Shocker here. I'm not all that prepared, but I think this is the first punt.
I think so. I think so.
I need to learn to take better notes.
This is the first game I remember to take notes, Joey. So hey, we are upgrading over here at Ride the Wave. So a little score update for you. Piketon takes that 24-8 lead into halftime over Paint Valley. Jackson 28-7 over Miami Trace. Washington Courthouse and Hillsborough deadlocked at 6. Uniola 35-0 lead over Adina. Westfall still trailing 21-7 against Zane Trace. So 4th and 13, 2:38 to go. Southeastern in their punt formation here.
Southeastern's just got to make sure they execute just the snap and get the kick off.
Snap good. Kick good. Morgan fields it at the 40. Oh, he's going to find some room on the left side. And Morgan Brenizer returns it 40 yards to the house. Touchdown, Huntington. So, Joe, they said we don't want to return it for good field position. We want to return it for the touchdown.
Yep. Him not fielding it cleanly and getting a bounce, sometimes that lets blockers set up just a little bit more. He then countered back to the left. I think they were even setting the wall up over here on the right side. He countered back to the left, found the alley, and, man, he got upfield quick.
So, talking to Sam Dog Millionaire, some also know him as Sam Mitchell before the game, he said Morgan is due for a big either kick or punt return. He's had a few this year where he's almost made it. I remember when we covered him against Uniola, he had a hole and just kind of slips there. So, looks like that has come to fruition here for the Huntsmen. 2:21 to go in the first half, 35-12, Huntington lead, and they're going to trot the field goal unit out here, Joey.
Yep.
So it looks like it's going to be number 59, Jared Johnson. He made his first attempt. Snap good. Kick. No good.
Yeah.
Looks like he pushed it a little left there, Joey.
Yep. He had pressure up the middle. Again, big 55.
Peters.
Getting up in there and disrupting everything.
So 2:21 to go here in the first half. Huntington has come in here and trying to do their best representation of spoiling the homecoming for the Panthers with a 35-12 lead. It's been all phases of the game here, Joe. They've had good offensive rushing touchdowns. They've had a scoop and score on the defense for a touchdown, and now they top it off with a punt return for a touchdown. So scoring in every asset of the game.
Yeah, and like we had talked about in the pregame too, what's been the big key is their adjustments on defense.
Yes.
They've really slowed down the Panthers' attack here. And then once they got them pinned down on the 5 that last time, they just didn't let them out for anything. So that was an impressive stand for them.
And Joey, with the full moon out tonight, it's no wonder we've been seeing a whole bunch of crazy going on.
Yeah, I believe that's the harvest moon, right?
Yes.
Is that what we're on to? So I felt it today at school, that was for sure.
I know it's not the flowering moon because that feast is in the springtime. But we do have the Fall Festival of Leaves coming up here for all you Huntington and Bainbridge people. Always a good time. Got to go get my Bourbon Street chicken and rice. I mean, an absolute staple of the Fall Festival of Leaves. All right, so Huntington's kicking it away here. Cheadle muffs the return a little bit. Has a hole up the middle, but he's not going to hit it in time. He's going to be brought down by a couple of Huntington tacklers. So 2:14 to go here. Down 35-12. Joey, Are you just trying to get a good drive going, or are you going for a touchdown?
That's just it. That's just it. You can go if you want to go for it. You can maybe get that, and then you get the ball back. That's a big momentum shift. But if you throw an interception, you put it on the turf, you have to anything like that. It could be lights out right here. This could be the end of it. So Huntington's got to be looking for that knockout punch. Southeastern's got to be very protective here.
All right, so he fakes
Oh,
the
he
left.
had him held.
And incomplete. Intended for number 16, Tyler Cutright, who had the big catch earlier for a touchdown.
And the crowd's getting a little frustrated, and I kind of saw it there. Cheadle got kind of grabbed. They were really looking for him on that seam route. He felt like he got grabbed. He's showing a little bit of frustration.
So 2nd and 10 here, ball on the 25, 2:08 to go. Looks like Southeastern comes out with trips to the right.
Yeah, Noah Potter shifted over towards Cheadle. They're going to have 22 running free.
Cheadle's going to catch it. Looks like gain about 5. Runs out of bounds. Now that's a huge play to run out of bounds. Get the clock stopped there. Let your offense get back to the line, get set, and no time running off the clock. Now for Southeastern, you got to be careful there too, because I'm pretty sure if Huntington gets another touchdown, that running clock starts to coming in to a factor here. All right, so Joey takes the high snap, rolls out to his left. He's going to throw it to Tyler Cutright, who's going to catch it. That's going to be a first down for the Panthers. So a couple of pass plays, getting the ball moving here for Southeastern.
Okay, Huntington going to regroup here a little bit. Might see if they go to a little bit more of a prevent in the secondary.
So kind of like you were saying, Joey, if Southeastern gets a touchdown here, goes for 2, that puts them at a 15-point deficit. They come out of in the second half, you get the ball first. If they score on that drive, you're looking at a one-possession ball game. So
yeah.
Not too out of range yet, but you definitely need something positive out of this drive.
Yeah. The absolute thing you gotta, kind of like in my golf game, you gotta avoid the big score. Right here, they can't have a disastrous turnover to Huntington. That's the only thing that you can't do. Even if you don't score here, getting the ball back, making all of your adjustments, get your game plan going. The game's not out of reach by no means, but it is if you give up another one here.
Yes. It's on the verge of getting out of hand, but you're holding on for your last hope there. So. And, watching Joey get to, again, win that pizza for the student section there, shout out to Giovanni again for sponsoring that. He has good form. He has a good tight spiral on the ball.
He's got a lot.
It just looks like the problem tonight has been getting him the time to set his feet and make the pass. So Joey takes the snap.
Oh.
And just a little out of reach there. Intended for number 22, Jensen Estep. Still looking for his first catch of the game. So it looked like Southeastern there kind of goes with the quick pass, but a long quick pass, not just like your normal short slants and everything like that. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 40. Pfeiffer takes a snap, dumps it, tries to dump it down to Cutright. If he caught it, he had one person to make miss, but that one person was Morgan, so could have gone either way there if he completes it, but we will never know because it was incompleted, so it'll be 3rd and 10, ball on the 40. Joey, are you playing for 4th down here? You're just trying to get a few yards, or is it get a first down here, if not punt the ball away?
Yeah, I would throw it to the sticks. You can throw it just short of the sticks and get it. And on this one, use the whole field. You don't have to attack the sideline here. Oh, that's
so
disastrous.
A high snap. Joey Pfeiffer, and then Joey Pfeiffer falls down. So the last few snaps there, Joey, have been a little high for Pfeiffer. He's been barely getting him down. That one finally kind of goes over the head of Pfeiffer there for a huge loss. So now I feel like you have to punt it away. 1:39 to go in the first half. This could be huge for Huntington.
It looked a little bit like there too, like on the kickoff that we saw that Penn Southeastern. the ball kind of skipped across on the grass. I think it's getting a little dewy out there. We kind of saw that there with Joey. He kind of slipped on his footing as he was going, because if he could have thrown that away, they'd at least been looking at 4th and 10. But again, he slipped, couldn't get it back up, couldn't get it where it didn't look like intentional grounding. Had to eat it and take the sack.
So 4th and 26 here. Again, 1:39 to go. I mean, you definitely have to punt away here if you're Southeastern. If you go for it, that would definitely fall under the nominee for ballsiest call of the year.
Yep.
So,
I think you really want to angle kick this. It's not even bad if it goes out of bounds.
Right.
But don't kick it directly to him. You gotta avoid this last minute 39. You can't have a disaster here.
So Huntington took their last time out there. So if they get the ball back, again, first downs and out of bounds stops the clock. But they don't have any timeouts. So middle of the field, if you complete it, has to be a first down. So Southeastern in their punt formation. Snap good. Punt good, but it is right to Morgan. Oh, and he muffs it!
He touched it!
Oh,
he
my
touched
goodness!
It.
And it is going to be recovered by number 5, Corbin Leeser. So that is going to be a huge momentum shift there for Southeastern with 1:29 to go here in the first half.
Again, I think that the ball is a little slick out there. He had a little bit of trouble recovering that. It kind of came off of his hands a little bit.
Joey, I didn't hear any Peters either, so, not being told to get away from the ball probably got in his head a little bit.
Well, I think to me, I was surprised they kicked it to him. I think his eyes kind of got big. He had a lane to the left.
Yeah.
I think he saw
I think he saw the touchdown before it happened.
Oh, we have a controversy here on did he touch it or not. I
think he definitely
saw
touched
him
it.
touch it. I thought it was pretty clear, but maybe the referee saw something different. Again, they're a little bit closer.
Yep, so call is confirmed. First down for Southeastern. I think the fans definitely had some help to get that call right here. So shout out to the Southeastern fans for doing what you're supposed to do as fanage. So Southeastern, 1st and 10, ball on deadlocked right there on the 50. 1:29 to go here, Joey. No timeout. So kind of just like what we said for Huntington, if you complete it in the middle of the field, it has to be in the middle for first down there. Pfeiffer takes a snap, rolls out to his right. He has a host of receivers to throw to. And it's oh my goodness, Tyler Cartwright. Tipperoo right into his hands for a first down, Panther.
Again, it's going to work out for him here, but again, they had multiple receivers in the same area.
So it's like, hey, if we can get a tip, one of them's got to catch it. So clock starts to roll because they got the chain set here. 1:18 to go. All momentum on Southeastern side right now. Joey Piper looks left, and he's going to complete it. Oh, they're going to rule it a fumble. So they ruled a catch and fumble, and Huntington comes up with the recovery. Joey, I don't know if he completely caught that.
I don't, the NFL rule make a football move. I don't know, again, what the high school full catch rule is. If I was Huntington here, I'd be taking the knee. Let's just get out of here with our lead.
Yes.
Get to the locker room.
Again, the full moon is out. The craziness is here to stay. So after a crazy punt that leads to Southeastern ball, then a tip-roo right into Cutright's hand for a first down, then a controversial call here. Don't really know if he caught it, don't know if he didn't, but the refs say he caught it. It's a fumble, so that's what we have to go with. So it's going to be 1st and 10, ball on the 35 for Huntington. 1:02 to go in the half. And that's going to be DJ Crocker finding some room to the left. He's going to cross the 40, not be taken down until he crosses the 35 for Huntington. So one big run completely goes from 135 to the other, Joey. And I think he gets out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock. So after a bunch of strange plays, Huntington right back to where they can really put a nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, well, Huntington's playing with reckless abandon here. They're going all gas, no brake. Kind of trying to put this thing away here.
Fakes the handoff, Crocker, and that's definitely going to be called back for a hold, but Crocker is going to cross the 5. It's going to be a touchdown if it doesn't get called back. All right, so after the referee looks at what Huntington has to say, he says, I don't care, still going to call the holding, so that touchdown run will be brought back.
Huntington definitely has all the momentum on their side here, and they're going to try to I'll go ahead and use it. They're going to try to ride the wave into the
there we go. There we go. Ride that wave. So, 42 seconds to go, 1st and 20. Just by going off of what Huntington's been doing, they're going for the end zone here. They're not just going to let that clock wind down. So it looks like we're going to have a couple wide receivers to the right, one to the left, pistol formation. DJ's going to be back there taking snaps again. Not going to gain any yards there. So with 25 seconds to go, play clock probably around 20. They don't have them out here, so I don't know. They got to snap the ball one more time. Are you just throwing it to the end zone and seeing what happens? Or do you just...
I would think so. Just by taking the snap like they did last time instead of taking the knee, they're trying to do something here.
Trips right. 4, 3, 2, and snap is off. And just some miscommunication there with Potter and Beardsley, but that is going to take us to the half. Huntington up 35-12 after one of the strangest ends to a half I've ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to enjoy this full moon. You enjoy not having to hear this terrible voice talking to a microphone for a little bit, and we'll be right back in action here. And welcome back to the Ride the Wave podcast with your favorite Clay of all time, with your favorite Joe of all time, Joey Holbert here. So, Joey, going over some of the scores around the league. Westfall, they're trailing at the half 28-7 against St. Trace. Union and a real nail-biter against Adena, 45-0 there. And then Paint Valley, they're down 24-8. It's now third quarter. They're down 21-24. Looks like they found something out over there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the rope-a-dope's working. The ribs are probably a little bit sore now, a little bit tired. They found the tell on the team, and now it's going to be looking like they're going to run away with it, probably by 40 by the end of the game.
Yeah, and, you can only get hit by Braylon Robertson so much before it actually starts to physically affect your body.
Yeah, you'll just start tapping out there after a while.
So back to this game. Huntington up 35-12 over Southeastern. Southeastern will get the ball to start the second half. First score was by Noah Potter there on a 14-yard touchdown run. Then after a stop by the Huntington defense, Noah Potter said, you know what, if it worked once, it'll work twice, and he does after they give up a touchdown to Southeastern, it is 6-7. Noah Potter says if it worked once, it works twice. He gets a second 14-yard run for a touchdown to give them a 15-6 lead. Then Noah Potter scoop and score fumble for a touchdown for Huntington to give them another lead after that. Then, kind of went mind blank there for a second.
Then Mayhem kind of broke
Yeah,
open.
Mayhem kind of went crazy. Morgan runs it back.
Your new note-taking technique kind of got put to the test there because it went in rapid fire.
Exactly, and as you know, as one of my teachers, my note-taking technique was terrible. So, but Morgan Brenizer, he gets a punt return for a touchdown to really get us to this 35-12 lead. Actually, no, though. After that, Southeastern goes and gets another touchdown, gets their 12. Then after that big touchdown throw, Huntington has a big touchdown throw of their own. That's where the Mayhem gets out of order. We had a muff punt. Southeastern gets inside their own 30. Then they fumble it. Huntington takes it back over. Doesn't do anything. Joey, here we are.
Yeah, we'll see what the second half adjustments are here and see what the teams are coming out. So good thing I see here is Southeastern's coming out with some life, ready to go. One of my all-time favorite stories about halftime adjustments. As you know, I'm a big Cincinnati Bengals fan, and I was a huge Carson Palmer fan as well. And I remember watching like a 30 for 30 or something like that, and Carson was talking about where they came out flat one time when he was at USC. And I thought, well, and Pete Carroll came in to give the inspirational speech and make the adjustments, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be some good stuff. I'm going to use this for my coaching. I got my notepad out and everything like that. Pete Carroll comes in at halftime, says, we're flat. And he just turns on music, and they have a dance party, and they come out, and they win by 35. So sometimes the special coaching dust isn't in the X's and O's. It's actually getting the kids excited and ready to play.
So Southeastern takes a short kickoff here by Huntington. They're going to let that go out of bounds. So let's see. Is it a dance party? Is it a motivational speech? Is it just saying, guys, what the hell? What does Coach Blair have for these Panthers coming out here in the second half here?
They were trying some different things here. Again, I know I'm looking at this as Cheadle trying to get into the game. I really think they're going to have to start forcing it to him. I'd like to see him put him in a one-on-one situation every now and then. Maybe it trips to an opposite side one. See if they're going to roll over Noah Potter to the top of it. If they're going to roll the Noah over the top, then they'll have the trips on the other side to work with. It's kind of interesting to see what their adjustments might be.
Now, Joe, do you think maybe like a jet sweep or something, at least get the ball in his hands, get him like more in the game here?
Yeah, I think so, and I'd like to see some different.
Big run here by Pfeiffer. So it'll look like a gain of 9 there.
Yeah, and I'd like to see him run some clean routes where he's not running into the other route. They seem to have some route combinations that puts him in the area of his outside flanker. I'd like to see him get some isolation looks.
All righty. So that's actually going to be a first down run there. So
he's getting press coverage here by 88, and then Noah Potter's not rolling over to him.
I feel like that one-on-one coverage, like you're saying, Joe, you got to take advantage of it. Got to at least see, let him put the burners on and see, even if you don't throw to him, how bad is he going to beat that guy and maybe go back to it later? Because, 35-12, I know you have a whole half of football to play, but you need some big plays, not only to put points on the board, but to get some momentum back into your favor here.
Yep.
All righty, so Pfeiffer takes a snap, goes right up the middle, bounces to the outside. First down, Panthers. Now, Joey, for the school over the hill, as you like to say, they have a 35-12 lead. They're not normally in this position this year, though. So how, as a coach, do you have them still stay dialed in coming out here the second half and focus on one play at a time?
You got to watch out that you don't get yourself into quicksand mentality where something goes wrong. Southeastern scores here pretty quickly, and then all of a sudden you're like you're hoping the clock runs out rather than going and winning the game.
Right.
That's the big thing. You're going to have to keep your foot on the gas a little bit here in the third quarter.
All righty, so short run there by Cutright. He's had some big runs here tonight, but I would say, for the most part, Huntington's defense has maintained him a little bit here. Looks like we have two wide receivers to the left and the right. Pfeiffer's going to take the snap. And he's just going to be gobbled up by number 45 of Huntington. That's going to be Rhett Phipps. Phipps on the sack. That might be my new favorite name to say, Phipps. So that sack puts him in third and very long here, about 15. So third and 15, ball on the 45. I think this is
this is pretty critical play.
Yeah,
here.
I think this is where you go to Cheetah, like we were saying there, and just let your star player make a play for you.
And I think you got your play call here is that you're in two-down territory.
Yes.
So you don't have to get it all here.
Now, if you're getting field goal range here, Joey, do you go for it, or is it just touchdown or nothing?
I'm thinking you're going for touchdown or nothing here, but they're trying to go for some trickeration.
And I think that's an interception.
Had him on the line.
All righty, so after a little trickery here, pass is going to be incomplete. It looks like they hand off to Cheadle. He does a little spin. I don't know, like a cyclone move to go back to the other side. Then I don't know if that was a design pass or he just threw it to maybe not lose more yardage there.
Yeah, the bigger issue is getting to be he's grasping his hand.
Well, that's not good. So Southeastern sends out the punting unit. Short-fielded punt.
Again, this will be interesting if they punt to Brenzizer or not.
All right, so that's a short punt. Looks like they had that Peter talk there at the halftime because all the Huntsmen getting away from it. I heard a couple of them yell it out there. So Huntington comes out, gets a stop, takes the ball over, looks like on their own 20, maybe 21.
Yep.
And Joey, name of the game that first half was just QB power down the middle.
Yep. They're going to go with some trips over here. They're getting Southeastern spread a little bit.
Noah Potter takes a snap, looks. That's going to be too high, intended for Gabe Beardsley.
And again, that's a little bit of the concept we were talking about. Maybe Southeastern look at. They go trips to the short side of the field, get a one-on-one, they go for a slant, just trying to put it into an athlete's hand and let him go to work.
So with that incomplete pass, that puts the clock stopped at 9:36. Now, if Huntington gets a touchdown here, that does go into that running clock rule. So that's something that Southeastern needs to keep in mind here. Hands it off to DJ. DJ's going to get a gain of a few there. It's going to put him in a third and long. Now, we've seen a few passes here out of Noah. I still think that they're probably in a 3rd and 6 with this big of a lead. You're looking to either hand it off to DJ or you're looking for that QB power right up the middle, Joey.
Yep.
All righty. Huntington breaks the huddle.
Again, giving you your trips look.
Man in motion. Noah takes a snap, fakes the handoff.
Little QB counter action.
Oh, and he's going to have – he gets it back up the middle here.
And unfortunately, we got a flag back there.
Probably going to be holding.
Yep.
Joey, it looked like if he stayed on the outside, he had all that room. Makes the cut back inside, and eventually it doesn't matter because of the hold there.
He does a really nice job with his ball handling technique there when he runs that quarterback counter. So he's really making it look like on the front side that he's going to give a power or a read and maybe run an option to the left, and then he simply counters back and gets in behind a pulling guard coming back the opposite way. And that's been a very successful counter punch for him the whole game.
So a name to look out for if you were just tuning in here to the second half, a name to look out for on this Southeastern defense, number 55, Ryan Peters. I'm pretty sure he's paying Huntington rent for how much he's been staying in that backfield tonight here. So he's been getting back there, but it seems like they're running right past him right before he can get back there. Now, in the passing game, he's been a factor. He's been getting in Noah's face, but Noah really stepping up. I would say this honestly has to be his best game of the year for the Huntsmen.
When you have a dominant defensive player that's disrupting you, the common wisdom is you do two things to them. You run right at them or you option them. Running away from them is when they're going to be the best because you're usually trying to backside block. You're usually trying to reach block or something like that. That's when they can create the most of it. But if you put the lead blocker kicking them out or a pulling guard counting them, let their momentum come up the field and then take them out. That's usually the best way to attack a dominant play. But or option putting them in space depending on how athletic they are. That counter is the perfect play that what we're talking about. It freezes him just enough. That pulling guard comes in there, kind of kicks him out, and then we're just getting up in behind them.
So, looked like it was timeout Huntington here, their first of the half.
You kind of worry about that in the second half.
Using those timeouts early.
Yes.
So one big factor here at Southeastern, Joey, I've been to a lot of fields. It looks like almost every place has a play clock. They don't have one here.
Yes.
So that's a big deal when it gets close down to running out of time for the play clock. But DJ Crocker, though, he's going to make a few man miss. Oh, he's going to go right up the middle. And DJ Crocker passes 20, the 10-5, touchdown Huntsman. So DJ Crocker, have a night. Another big run for Huntington. That's going to put them up 41-12 here, Joey.
Yeah, that is not what Southeastern wanted to do coming out of the halftime.
So, big touchdown run there by DJ Crocker. That's going to give us a 41-12 lead for Huntington with 8:08 to go in the third quarter. They're going to have Johnson trot out here for another field goal attempt. And it is
no good.
No good.
Prevents the running clock.
So, 41-12 here, 8:08. No running clock just yet. So that is something that Southeastern can kind of lean on there, that they still have some time to stop. But, man, this Huntington offense looks a little unstoppable tonight.
Yeah, and what's coupled with it is Southeastern's offense not being productive as they were in the first quarter. Since they've been kind of stymied down, it's kind of killed the momentum any which way for them. And then it led to some of their turnovers there, and it's just kind of really slowed to a real grind.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get any momentum and excitement on the sideline.
Especially too, Joey, I know we talked about it a lot in the first half, but when you have a lead, whether it be small or big like this one, and you're a team that's just going to turn and ground and pound that ball and let the clock wind down, it's hard. I mean, Southeastern had 2 possessions, or their second possession, and it was halfway through the second quarter. So when you have the ball that little, you have to make something of it every single time that you touch it. And
well, I tell you the other thing, too. Played in a lot of games, did a lot of different things like that to where, hey, when you're up, you're not tired.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's weird how that works, right?
When you're looking up there and looking at the effort it takes to come back, sometimes you got to decide to
my last
have that in.
My last high school game of my career, Joey, I was tired before the game even started. Shady Side was ready to shove it down our throats all night, and we got blown out on that one. So Cheadle recovers this kickoff. He's going to get it around the 30. All righty, so 8:01 to go here in the third quarter. A little score update for you. The Piketon Paint Valley game is now 30-28, so that is over on WKKJ. If you were looking to find where to listen to that, that's where you can find it. Looks like it's going to be the game of the night here with Uniola up 45-0 and Zane Trace up 28-7. Now that Paint Valley Piketon game, Piketon, you know, with 2 SVC losses, you would say they're probably out of title hopes, but they can really make some noise for who wins the title with the games they have coming up. They lose to Uniola, but they got and they lose to Zane Trace, but they beat Paint Valley here. You know,
number one, I don't even know what you're talking about there. But secondly, you know, there's a lot of meat of the schedules and a lot of people going to be beating up on each other.
Yeah.
If Piketon
does the impossible?
Well, you know, if the referees just mess it all up or something like that, you know, 2 wins may not be out of a share.
Right.
You know, you got Zane Trace, you know, Paint Valley all going through the grinder together, and again, Westfall's still in some of those mixes of those games.
Yes.
So, It just really depends. It really depends on how some of the things shake up here in the next couple of weeks.
So if everything holds out the way it is now, again, Zane Trace up 28-7, Uniola 45-0 against Adena. That Uniola Zane Trace game next week going to be a big one.
Yes.
2 undefeated in the league teams, 2 schools that absolutely just hate each other. As we're going to have a very impressive catch there. Very impressive catch there by Cheadle for the first down. But those are 2 teams, I mean, that is title contentions on the line next week. That's going to be a huge game, just like last year for that Uniola Zane Trace matchup.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, so with him staying inbounds, that clock will still run. We're just under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter here. Again, Huntington with a 41-12 lead. Southeastern driving here, not really giving up. That's something you definitely have to look at whenever a team's down. Are they still coming out? They're still fighting. They're still trying hard, and it looks like that's what this Panthers offense is doing. We're going to get a handoff to Cutright. He's going to cut right up the middle.
Oh.
So
is he going to call the horse collar?
I was going to say,
it
looks like Cutright got tackled by Potter, and it looks like there's going to be a horse collar to give him a few more yards here. Horse collar penalty against the Huntsman. All righty, so Southeastern crowd glad to see that the refs are calling it for both sides here. Oh, actually, I think the Southeastern crowd is going to not like that. That one just got waved off. So right when they were ready to give the refs some props, quickly they say, never mind. So ball going to be on Huntington's 40, Southeastern 1st and 10. Looking to start their comeback train now. Cheadle in motion. Going to hand it to Cutright, who is going to gain a few yards there. All righty, so Southeastern, 2nd and 8 here. They have not abandoned that running game, but I feel like it is time to put that ball in the air and just see if you can start getting some chunk plays and start coming back here. Joey Pfeiffer going to take the snap, turn around, fake the handoff, rolls to his right. He's just going to check it down.
So I really think Southeastern's coaching staff's really thinking here right now, we got to just get in the end zone.
Yes.
So that might be a little bit of the conservative calls of like, get in the end zone, get some hype. Just it's almost like in basketball, you need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Right.
Same thing here. We just need to get in the end zone. Then maybe we'll start really opening up. Because the last thing they need here is they can't stall out. They cannot stall out.
Kind of like that Uniola Sheridan girls game last year. Uniola has that big deficit. One basket can really, get the tide turning and flip it around. So Southeastern incomplete. That's going to be 4th and 8 there.
Okay.
Alrighty. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, we did have our pregame show here on Wednesday at Southeastern. They're an amazing host. Got to have some good conversation with Joey Pfeiffer and Coach Blair out here. Really liking what he's doing. And we had Peyton went best sign with a great saying. But after tonight, it looks like that saying might not be as good. But she did win our $25 Taco Bell gift card. That snap's going to be a little high. And Joey Pfeiffer's just going to jump on it to make a bad play not get any worse there. So after the high snap here for Southeastern, Huntington take over again, 41-12 on their own 44. A touchdown here starts that running clock, Joey, and just really makes a comeback look even more impossible.
Yeah, and not to pile on here or anything like that, but Southeastern's working on some things here, trying to get back, trying to build on some things. But unfortunately, when you look down the schedule here, they're going Piketon, Zane Trace, Uniola, Paint Valley.
So, that's a great way in how you want to end your scheduling there with defending champs, defending second place, and then in 2 teams that were dark horses for the league there. So that's going to be hard for Southeastern going down the stretch there.
I take that back. I'm looking at their old schedule. They've already played Paint Valley, so they're going to be ending with Piketon, Zane Trace, Uniola.
Oh, so yeah, that's
big play.
Here we go. And DJ Crocker is making my fantasy team a problem this week with another big touchdown. Thank you. I'm going against our cameraman, Andy Milano, known as Terrapin Station. He has been absolutely dog-walking me every single time we play. So shout out to DJ Crocker for letting me at least probably make it manageable this week. But that touchdown there is going to put us in a running clock situation here at Southeastern. So, DJ Crocker, Noah Potter have been waiting all year to have that breakout game. And on Southeastern's homecoming night, they have decided to make this their breakout game. Multiple touchdowns by both of their big players here. Number 88, Morgan Brenizer, he's a player, Joey, that, might not see a whole lot of stat sheet plays for him, but he's been making those hustle plays and those game-winning plays for Huntington here tonight.
Yeah, those are the players that you want on your team. The players that they don't make the spectacular play all the time. They just make the play.
Yeah.
Sometimes we try to make the game harder than what it is. Just be solid, do your assignment, be in the spot that you are, go to work every day.
The KISS principle. Keep it simple,
Keep it
stupid.
simple. Keep it simple. Work hard. Don't overplay it. Don't be that person like in volleyball that's coming in from the back row to take over,
Yeah.
mess up everything. Play your position.
So with this 47-12 lead looking like it might be, Huntington's first win of the year, Clay Beeler getting his first win of the year. It's been kind of nice to, watch him throughout the year. I got to talk to a couple of people out of Huntington saying that he's really found a new love for the game, being able to come back and coach and give back to the community after, being a pretty good player himself in high school. So it's always nice to, see the coach get almost more out of the team than the team's getting out of him in some aspects.
I don't know if anyone's really thinking they're going to onside kick it with the running clock, but
So Southeastern will recover here. So Southeastern takes over here. A little score update for you. It sounds like Braylon Robertson scores a touchdown for Paint Valley. So that back and forth game is now on the Paint Valley side. Joey, I see the smile on your face. It looks like the oopsie daisy is a little no more out there at Bainbridge.
I mean, we knew what was going to happen there. and unfortunately, too, you hope this week goes well for Huntington. They enjoy this because as the Maple Leaf comes out, I spent a little time with the Maple Leaf today.
Yeah.
I know the Huntington people haven't seen that in, I don't know, like 82 or something.
They get to see it once a year whenever it gets to go over to their side. They get to look at it, and then they get to watch it leave,
Yeah. The problem was today I was looking for the Maple Leaf. I had to go behind all the gold footballs to find it.
All righty, so 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Southeastern will take over on their 26 here. So it looks like it's 2nd and 15 after that last play. And one thing, honestly, that's kind of impressed me tonight, Joey, is this Huntington defense has really stepped up.
Again, like after we talked about, after they made their first quarter adjustments, they really have stymied Southeastern. They really have been there. They've played great assignment football, great coverage on the outside, and they've a couple times they've been but didn't break, but they've really recovered from that fast start that we started at.
Oh, Pfeiffer completes it to Cheadle. He's going to try to make something out of nothing. And Morgan is going to come up with the tackle there. Fans want a face mask. But it's going to be
and again, wow, that's an athletic catch and run, man.
All righty, so that's going to be a gain of 9. Cheadle in motion. Little stutter step. It looks like whenever he's going on his route, he's on an option route, Joey. It looks like he can either burn them long or take it, gear it down, and then kind of work towards the sideline.
He's just kind of reading it there. And then the issue got to be there is that they didn't read the sticks. He broke it off a little bit early. It's kind of hard to come back to it and get that catch and run.
So after the turnover on downs, not Piketon, they are not here
They're
tonight.
losing.
They're losing at Paint Valley. So just if you guys hadn't heard, Piketon is now losing at Paint Valley. I don't know if you heard that yet. But Huntington will take over 1st and 10, ball on their own 36 here. And it looks like number 12 is going to make his appearance at quarterback tonight. That is going to be Frankie Hirsch.
He caught a touchdown pass earlier.
All right, so he takes a snap, hands it off to Crocker. He's going to gain a few here. Again, want to give a huge shout out to the Southeastern school football team, cheerleaders. I mean, they have been nothing but great hosts for us this week. Had a lot of fun out here on Wednesday for that pregame show. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out on our YouTube channel, Ride the Wave Show. That's going to end the third quarter with Huntington up 47-12.
And speaking of them being a good host, I know Mr. Coker wanted us to say a thank you to Jimmy John's, too.
Yes. Coming freaky fast, freaky good.
Yeah.
But they are supplying the catering up here today. I am never going to say no to a free Jimmy John's sandwich. It is absolutely delicious. Got a little competition on their hands with Jersey Mike's moving in on the other side of town. So, crosstown rivalry. Let's see if that turns into a little Zane Tracy and Yoda rivalry of the subs. You know, I think Jimmy John's is definitely winning the commercial battle. They have that on lock. Jersey Mike's could probably step their game up there a little bit. After eating the Jimmy John's tonight, I also feel like their subs are a little better. So, hey, new rivalry found here in Chillicothe in the food industry. That's always something fun to watch because that just means there's going to be better food in your belly, folks. So, again, Paint Valley leading Piketon now. Other score updates. Uniota 52-0 over Adena. Zane Trace and Westfall still deadlocked at 28-7. Now McLean Chillicothe 13-10 score there. That sounds like it's going to be a good finish. Morgan getting the handoff around. He's going to be met by number 6, it looked like. Cut right on the tackle. So Joey, 47-12 score here, 11:30 to go, running clock. It seems like Huntington is just going to hand the ball off and let that clock milk down just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, that's normally your game play here. You know, you just want to get out here. Same thing, too. Both sides now, especially with Huntington, you know, getting their momentum, you want to get out here healthy.
Yes.
You know, there's no reason to expose some of your players here. You got a couple more weeks here coming into it. You just kind of want this clock to run.
Alrighty, Huntington takes a snap, rolls left. Oh, nice little move there by Hirsch.
Now, what you do get, and the interesting thing here is, you know, I was always big into quarterback development as a quarterback's coach and everything like that. You got to get kids' chances in live action. What you do get here is with the running clock, the quarterback can throw it and the clock will still run.
Yes.
So you can still kind of work some of your younger players, and I don't think that's necessarily disrespectful to the other team because you have your younger
in trying to get them developed.
Yeah.
If anything, these JV coaches better be paying a lot of attention because they're going to be showing some players that they might be able to see tomorrow morning. Huntington to punt it away here.
Yeah.
That's going to be received by Walker. Walker's going to try to make some people miss, but inevitably going to be taken down by a host of Huntington tacklers. And that's one thing that has been a repetitive sentence here tonight. It's host of Huntington tacklers. It's never really just been one guy. It's been multiple guys getting to the football, bringing the carrier down, Joe.
Yeah, swarming to the football. And again, going back to that, talk about the quarterback. Frankie Hirsch is a freshman there. You know, he's already contributing on the outside as a receiver. But then to give him a chance to play a whole quarter here at quarterback with a varsity line in front of him, that's huge for developmentally.
My first varsity snap, Joey, was 5 feet over Anthony McFadden's head against Westfall, and then Dakota Morgan made sure to let me know if I lost the game, it would not be good. I lost the game. It was not good, Joey. Not good at all.
Well, nothing like a little peer constructive criticism.
Oh, yes. I was more afraid of him. I was doing good for him more than the coaches because I knew he didn't have any rules. All righty. So Looks like we are going to replay the down. Huntington will punt it away again here.
All right, looks like even on the punt team here, we're bringing in maybe a couple younger players. Huntington having a little bit of trouble just lining up here.
You know, it's kind of a good thing, Joey, if you haven't punted so much in the game that you kind of forget how to do it.
Yeah.
All right, so Huntington again with the punt. It's going to go right to Walker again. He's going to let it go, but I think that Huntington is going to just miss it, and it's going to be a touchback, so that's going to work in Southeastern's favor here. All righty, 1st and 10. Panthers at their own 20-yard line as I copy the scorekeeper here. Again, shout out to the scorekeeper here at Southeastern. They have not had any threats against from the referees tonight. That's always good whenever you get out there with unscathed by the referees. All righty, so again, 47-12. Southeastern takes the snap, hands off to Cutright, who will cut right up the middle again. Again, want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Giovanni's of Chillicothe. The pizza power is the power that supplied this student section tonight for Southeastern, thanks to the amazing right arm of Joey Pfeiffer, throwing a beautiful spiral, hitting the uprights on Wednesday to win free pizza for the student section. Another huge shout out to Hammond Lawn Care. He is the reason that we get to give out these awesome gift cards to the kids. So shout out to him and everything that he does for the community as well. If you are looking to sponsor the Ride the Wave show, feel free to contact us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or email us at ridethewaveshow2023@gmail.com. We have plenty of options for you. In everybody's price range. If you just want to help support your school, you can have a sponsorship for just that. We'll have a bunch of sponsorship opportunities for anyone out there. If you're trying to give us money, I promise you we will not tell you no. So get a hold of us. We'll make sure that we get your logo up there and get more business going your way. As Southeastern tries to get some more business on the running side of things. Also, shout out to the Cozy Inn. If you ever want to watch a game but you don't feel like driving all the way out there, stop in at the Cozy Inn on Friday nights. They'll have our games up there. You can get a nice beverage. You can get some good Cozy burger. Joey, I've been going to the Tenderloins, though. I know Coach Shoes also been going to the Tenderloins. Cozy burgers are legendary, but Cozy Tenderloins are starting to make their mark on Chillicothe here as the Cozy has been getting back in action. Southeastern takes the snap here, fakes the handoff. And that is going to be a sack by Huntington, but it looks like a face mask is going to revoke that snap or that sack.
Yeah. Jackson McNeil, freshman, getting some action in there. Came on free, but grasped the face mask as he wrapped him up there. Again, great learning opportunities for these young players right here. You know, you got to get them in. You got to get them some playing time. You know, football is one of those weird sports. You know, you can't simulate it in the offseason. You know, basketball, you're playing at AAU circuit or GBA or anything like that, and you're getting in hundreds of games. You're playing with your team at camps. You're going to all these things. It can be simulated. Football can't be simulated. If you start as a freshman, you're only guaranteed 40 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So any live action experience is critical.
Especially, you know, at these schools like Huntington or like at Paint Valley where the school's a little bit smaller. Those freshmen might later in the year have to come in for some big plays or big downs, whether it be injury or what have you. Or if anything, the very next year as they become sophomores, they get thrown into the fire.
Yeah, yes,
so
absolutely.
In any kind of amount of reps, like you say, that they can get really makes at least the coaches feel more confident as the year goes on to throw them out there if they're thrown in that situation.
Well, even as in the coaching point, like football is huge on film study. You got to get the kids on film and show them. Film doesn't lie. You can break it down, check techniques, and it just drives practice after that. So, this is valuable for so many different levels of program development.
All righty, so 5:45 to go in the game. Southeastern takes the ball on Huntington's 35. They're going to hand it off here.
Dakota Johnson there kind of living on the defensive end right now. I think he's made like 2 out of the last 3 stops.
I think, too, in these what we like to call garbage time plays here, Joey, I feel like as a player, when you're put out here, it's like, hey, this is my time to show these coaches maybe I can get put in more than just the garbage time. You make big plays here on the Friday night stage. It's a little different than making them on Saturday morning. So Pfeiffer to Cutright. So it looks like when Cheadle is taken away, Cutright is that next option here for Southeastern. That's one thing that we've learned tonight. Obviously, again, with Huntington doing a good job of limiting Cheadle, Cutright had the big touchdown catch there in the first half. Another thing to take note here of is Huntington, unless they give up a touchdown here, has pitched a shutout so far here in the second half.
Yep.
All right, Southeastern sets the ball cut right up the middle. He's going to bounce out to the left, but he's going to be gobbled up like it's Thanksgiving by the Huntington defenders there.
Castle Bowen on the tackle, sophomore. Again, these young kids just flying around here against, varsity starters. I remember, getting in some of my scrub time. I'll even use a Southeastern name. One of my first times in playing, we were up against Southeastern trying to tackle Bob Lollemandeer when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
That didn't work out well for me.
Yes,
but getting in and realizing what varsity speed kind of looked like.
That was me with Des Perkins. He made me question if I even want to play the sport ever again. So a little score update for you. Paint Valley, the Chickens have come home to roost, Joey. They're officially up 42-30 in the fourth quarter. Time winding down there. So their gold ball and SVC championship hopes look like they're going to stay alive.
I'm shocked anyone ever even questioned my prediction. Again, on the route to 40. They may not get to 40 because they may run out of time, but they were on the route to it.
Hey, we just like the dramatics there at Paint Valley, okay? We like to keep you entertained, on your toes. Why do you think that I'm so entertaining? It's because I'm from Paint Valley. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA. All righty, so Southeastern, Cheadle in motion. Pfeiffer will take the snap here, and that's going to be a big sack there by number 23, Ernie Cyrus. And Huntington's crowd and players went crazy for that. So I'm guessing that they've been wanting Cyrus to get a big tackle here tonight, and it looks like he finally comes up with one there, so that's always good to see. It may be 47-12. Southeastern may be losing, but that band absolutely keeps producing bangers over there. Shout out to the Southeastern band for putting on a great show here tonight at halftime with our alumni in there as well. The drum line absolutely killing it tonight. And a fog is coming over the field now. It looks like Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson have officially walked out onto the field. As Cutright is intended for a fourth down pass, incomplete. So that might be fog or that might be steam from this Huntington offense finally cooling down here towards the end of the game, putting up 47 points. That's the most that they've put up all year. Talking to the coaches, they thought last week against St. Trace, it was a close game most of the time. They thought they really found something clicking offensively. Few plays really lost in that game, and it looks like tonight they took whatever momentum they had from that game and just carried it into this game here tonight.
A lot of young kids out there for Huntington on that defensive stand. I mean, that's something to really build on.
Yes.
There's a lot of varsity players out there still for Southeastern, and they held tough, played hard, and kept them out of the end zone there.
See, now, Joey, here's one critical thing. They actually had 11 people out there. I think Notre Dame needs to take some calls from Huntington as they ripped my heart out last week, not even putting 11 players out on the two biggest plays of the game. What are we talking about here? So,
what's the Hoosiers line? My team is on the field?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Maybe
Yes.
he's making a point.
It was, I would say heartbreaking, but that would be an understatement of how terrible I felt last Saturday night. Talked all the crap I could at Applebee's, drove home, and then cried my eyes out after that one. So, somebody that won't be crying their eyes out tonight, Joey, will be Coach Clay for Huntington, unless it's tears of joy. Again, getting his first win of the year, with it being his first SVC win of the year. Really trying to build something over there at Huntington. So sad that it's only going to be a 1 week celebration with the Maple Leaf coming back to Paint Valley next week.
Yeah, that's a big momentum stopper. That's just a scheduling issue that they had to face. You got to play who's on the schedule.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I imagine Justin Kello will be calling me this week about moving it or canceling it. But I mean, I'm just assuming that. I don't know. I'll see if Coach Craig Kearns calls me. But I'll tell him, guys, you have to just come over and
it has to be played. It has to be played.
It has to be played.
All righty. So again, 47-12 the score here. Want to again give a huge shout out to Paige Bodie. I hope I'm saying your last name right. On coming up with the drawing of the tattoo that I will have on my knee for raising that money for Dalton Black as he continues his fight against cancer. Huntington continuing their fight to get their first win of the year. Now, if you're a JV football fan, pay attention because this is what you're going to be seeing tomorrow morning against these two teams. Now, I believe the JV game is the opposite field of the varsity game, right? So this will be at Huntington tomorrow morning.
Or is we're going to go back down to the school over the hill
Yes.
or the TWP.
Now, Joe,
I did pretty good pronouncing Huntington tonight. I'm pretty proud of that.
All righty. The township takes a snap. It's going to be a QB draw. Tackle for a loss here. So, Joey, I'm asking this question just because I want somebody else besides me to say it. You got Paint Valley, you got Zane Trace, you got Union Yoda, undefeated, all looking to win the gold ball and win the league title. Who do you have and why?
Well, obviously it's going to be Paint Valley.
Yes,
but
thank you. Thank you.
There's not going to be a problem there. The problem is going to be is where we're going to put the gold football.
I know we're running out of room.
Running out of room over there. But in all honesty, when we start talking about it, that Union Yoda Paint Valley matchup week 9 is going to be really big. And of course that just plays a little bit into Paint Valley's favor that it's going to be played in the best sports complex in Southern High to play football.
Yes.
So that is going to be a heck of a matchup to watch there. But we have another game we have to get through before we get there, and that's going to determine a lot. This Zane Trace,
Union
Unioda, Zane Trace, a couple other things here. It's going to be real interesting there too. And it could be one knocks off someone, and then on the next weekend gets knocked off again. It could be very interesting.
All righty. So as the clock winds down to triple zeros here, Huntington takes their first win of the season, first win in the SVC, 47-12. Joey, thanks so much for coming out and calling the game with me tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All righty. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming into the Ride the Wave show. Again, 47-12 is your final here. Huntington celebrating on that sideline, getting the big win here. Noah Potter, DJ Crocker had a night. Stick around. We'll have some post-game interviews coming up for you here in a bit.